So once again, I'm going to ask you to pretend that you are the creator of the universe. You are the architect of the universe. And you are lonely because you have all this power. You have all of the power, all of the knowledge. You are everywhere. You are everything. You are, period. How would you want to satisfy this desire to share, to be with others? Here's what I think. Since you have all the power, I would want to take my likeness, right, my image, and I would make a code. I would make some kind of code. You can liken it to a genetic code. And then I would separate it from myself so that I would still be my own consciousness, but that it would be separate from me and it would exist on its own as its own entity. And like I said, it would have its own code, similar to mine, but rearranged. Dices, I would have dices made out of light, okay? Imagine, dices that you roll when you're playing cards and stuff. Poker. Or not poker, excuse me. Other cards. When you're rolling dice, when you're going to the casino, that's what I really mean. If you roll the dice made out of light, so this is like all ultimate dice, right? Rolling genetic codes. Well, this is the same thing as a father and a son. Think about that. Humans, us. Your father is you, but it's still his genetics. It's just rearranged and it forms your consciousness. But he is not aware of your consciousness. Only you are. Does that make any sense? But would you ever tell me that you are not your father? You're not made of your father? No, that would be ridiculous if you were to say that. I'd be like, of course you are. You came from his genes, his genetic code, and your mother. So, think about that again. Go back to being the architect. You are the architect of the universe. You have created all of this. Everything. You are everything. But you want to share it. You want to experience it differently. So you make dice made out of light. You roll it, and every time it goes, you don't know what it's going to be. So that's intriguing to you. It feels good to you because it is new. You're allowing things to experience themselves. So every time the dice gets rolled again and these things reproduce, the numbers keep going on infinitely, and it will become infinitely more satisfying for you as the game goes on, or the existence goes on. Because in the beginning, it would just roll one number, right? You have 1 and then 2, and then they would reproduce, and then it compounds and it exponentially expands, and the game would get more and more satisfying as it goes on. It never ends. You would want to share everything that you have. And that's what I'm trying to let you guys know, that we are like the creator. We are the architect. Especially the greatest thing that we can do at the end of the day, according to biology, according to science, is reproduce, is to have children. And I know you don't understand that concept, but if you don't want your genes to be here anymore, do not have kids. Your last name will be wiped from the planet when you die. And that's okay with me, and that's okay with the universe. Me? I want to survive. I want my name to live on. I want the dice to keep rolling. I want the dices made out of light to keep rolling. Peace.